Chapter 768, A Priceless Millennia Treasure Hunt. At the beach on Lake Huron. We were having a relaxing time at the beach and having fun. We were swimming in the lake, relaxing in the sun and building sand castles. Izzy caught a Heracross and Nico caught a Magmortar and a Tajekis. Me, inhales, ah. What a beautiful day. Nico, boy you said it buddy. Vince, I'm so glad we can relax on the beach today. Me too partner. Naruto, boy we've been so busy saving the world that we haven't had any time to relax. Me, no kidding bro. But I'm glad we're having a good time at the beach. Vince, I love coming to the beach and more. Carol, it's so relaxing. Can you rub some sunscreen on my back Vince? Vince, sure babe. Vince took the sunscreen and did so. Fu, boy this is the life. Fu was wearing a teal-green bikini. Sakura, you said it Fu. Sakura was wearing a red bikini. Naruto, I just hope Pervy Sage isn't here to peek on all of us. Me, don't worry about that bro. See that sign over there? I point at a sign behind me and Naruto saw it. It was a sign that had Jiraiya's face with a no sign over it. Naruto, reading sign, not allowed on the beach due to harassing women by order of the Anti-Pervert Patrol. Good, I hope that sign works. Nicole, oh it will bro. We have a strong enforcement policy. Naruto, that's great sis. Nico, one of these days, instead of having Lady Hokage beat the living shit out of Jiraiya, we need to send him to the series prison. Nicole, well as much as I would like to see that happen we can't. Master Jiraiya is far too important for the Hidden Leaf Village and we need him and his spy network. Nico, that's a good point. Maria was in the lake water. Maria, Horsa, be careful in the water. Horsa, I will. Julie, Lana, and Lola were building an awesome sand castle. It looked like an exact replica of the Biltmore estate in North Carolina. Julie, Lola, can I ask you a question? Lola, sure. Julie, you know how Heat Blast can't use fire when he's wet? Lola, of course. JD and Ben told me about that. Julie, does the same thing apply to you when you're wet? Lola, nope. My fire powers are so strong that they are completely inextinguishable. Julie, wow. That's amazing Lola. Very and Rachel came over. Very, wow. That's a great sandcastle guys. Rachel SD, it looks just like the Biltmore estate. Lola, that's my favorite mansion in North Carolina. Lana, it's so awesome. Lainey was reading a book. Lainey, that's one of my favorite houses in the country. I love the architecture and the history behind it. Lisa, agreed. The architecture behind the Biltmore estate is a magnificent marvel of architectural construction and engineering. Lola did some more digging and filled up her bucket some more and her shovel hit something. Lola, hey? Lola dug it up and she found a box. On it was a bronze sculpture that had famous figures on it and a bird in the middle square. Lola, wonder what this is. Lori, guys. It's time to go. We got in the RV. I was sitting with Lola. Me, what's that you got there Lola? Lola, I don't really know. I found it buried in the sand. Me, may I take a look? Lola, sure. I looked at the box. Me, this looks old. Looks to be over 250 years old. I opened the box and inside it was an old meerschaum pipe. Me, it's an old meerschaum pipe. Lola, I've never seen a pipe like that before. Me, it's very familiar to me. But I'm having a hard time remembering. But I recognize the sculpture on it. It's the meeting of the Knights of the Round Table. The Knights Templar from ancient Arthurian England. Lola, that was so long ago. Me, 1,500 years to be precise. I found a cryptic riddle on the pipe. Me, reading, the legend writ, the stain affected, the key in silence undetected, 55 in iron pen, Mr. Matlack can't offend. That is very cryptic. Lola, what do you think it means? Me, I can't remember. It's vaguely familiar. Then on a plaque in the box I found a phrase that refreshed my memory. Me, reading, "The secret lies with Charlotte." Gasp. Lola, do you realize what you found here? Lola, no, what is it? Me, you found a clue that leads to the legendary lost treasure of the Knights Templar. Nicole heard me say that and she gasped. Nicole, the treasure of the Knights Templar? Nico, that huge treasure from the movie National Treasure? Vince, it's real? Carol, how is that possible? Me, Lola found this pipe that leads to the treasure at the beach. Flame Man, I wonder what the treasure is. Lincoln, I don't know. What is this treasure? Me, it's a massive treasure that was started back during the time of the ancient Egyptians. It's a treasure so massive that it was considered to be the largest of them all. Nicole, the mother of all treasures. Before we were sent here into the past, I've been trying to find that treasure for decades. But all I found were smaller treasures that were just as valuable. Hot shot. Wow. That must be one Hiluva treasure to find. Nicole, it's said to be the largest treasure ever, and it's said to be all full of priceless artifacts from over the millennia. Everyone, wow. Lynn Sr., wow. That must be some treasure. Rita, I'll say. Lincoln, if the treasure from National Treasure is real, then we need to find it and share it with the whole world. Me, that's just what I was thinking. Lainey, that treasure will be perfect for it. Me, it sure will. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Back at the estate, me, Lisa and Lainey were deciphering the riddle on the pipe. But as we deciphered it, we found a rather harrowing path to the treasure. The legend writ refers to the Ottendorf cipher needed to locate Benjamin Franklin's glasses. The stain affected, the map is invisible to the naked eye. The key in silence undetected, the key to the Ottendorf cipher is in the silenced good letters that Benjamin Franklin wrote. 55 in iron pen, Mr. Matlack can't offend, the map is hidden on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Me, this is not gonna be easy. The treasure map is located right on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Lainey, that's not good. We can't desecrate one of the country's most important documents to find a treasure thousands of years old. Nicole, Lainey is right. We can't disturb a 243-year-old document. So we'll have to find a safer way around it. Lisa, I called in some colleagues from the college to help us. They should be here now. The doorbell rang. Lisa went and got the door. Lisa, thank you all for coming. At the door was Benjamin Franklin Gates, a treasure hunter and cryptozoologist, Abigail Chase, archivist of the National Archives, and Ben's best friend Riley Poole, computer expert and resident genius. With them was Ben's father Patrick Henry Gates. Lisa, thank you all for coming. Ben. Benji, my pleasure. Lisa. Me, oh wow. Famous treasure hunter Ben Gates. Ben Gates, it's an honor to meet you, JD. Me, you too. I'm glad you came. Riley, Abigail, and Patrick, it's a pleasure to meet you. Abigail, same here. JD. Me, I'm glad you all came. We made an incredible discovery. But we're at a major standstill. We don't want to disturb the Declaration of Independence because of its age. But there is a treasure map on it. Benji, that's understandable. JD. Abigail, how are we gonna get to the treasure then? Scavenger, I'll use my vehicle mode to excavate that treasure. Nico, I don't think so. Scavenger. It's buried someplace in the middle of a city somewhere. Elena Validus, Ben, if any of your aliens are good at digging, now would be the time. Kevin, that's the same thing I said during the time we found out you were controlling the nanite chips. Me, interesting. But Ben does have aliens that can dig. Wind Charger, Will my magnetic abilities help in this treasure hunt? Me, they could wind charger. But we'll have to see. But Ben, we have a safe alternative that can find the treasure without having the need to disturb an important document. We'll use the references of the map in the movie National Treasure. I held up said DVD movie. We watched 2004's National Treasure. Benjamin Franklin Gates is an American historian, cryptologist, and treasure hunter. As a child, his grandfather, John Adams Gates, told him of a story that Charles Carroll of Carrollton passed on a secret to their ancestor in 1832 of a fabled treasure taken from ancient empires throughout history that was discovered by the Knights Templar and later protected by the Freemasons. The treasure would eventually be hidden in America by the Founding Fathers. The clue leading to the treasure is the phrase, "The secret lies with Charlotte." While Ben is convinced by the story, his skeptical father dismisses it as nonsense. 30 years later, Ben leads an expedition with Ian Howe and his friend, Riley Poole, a computer expert, to find the Charlotte, a ship lost in the Arctic, which holds the first clue to finding the national treasure. After hard-fought efforts, they find a meerschaum pipe, which has a clue in the form of a riddle, implying that the next clue is on the Declaration of Independence. When Ian suggests they steal it, Ben opposes, causing a fight to ensue, resulting in a massive fire fueled by gunpowder, and the group split in two. Ian and his men escape the ship while Ben and Riley take cover just before the ship explodes. Ben and Riley return to Washington, D.C. and report the potential theft of the Declaration to the FBI and Dr. Abigail Chase of the National Archives, but both dismiss their claim. Ben decides to steal the document himself from the archive's preservation room during a gala event. Obtaining Abigail's fingerprints, Ben successfully obtains the Declaration, but is spotted by Ian's group just as they break in to steal it. Ben tries to leave via the gift shop, but has to buy the Declaration when the clerk mistakes it for a souvenir copy. Having not enough cash in hand at the time, Ben pays for it with a credit card. Abigail, suspecting something is astray, pursues Ben and takes back the document. Ian kidnaps her, but Ben and Riley rescue Abigail, tricking Ian by leaving behind a souvenir copy of Declaration. FBI agent Sadusky begins tracking Ben down, using Ben's credit card information. Unable to return home, the trio go to Ben's father, Patrick Gates's house. Patrick tries to convince Ben that the treasure is a myth, but Ben dismisses this. The trio then study the Declaration and discover an Ottendorf cipher written in invisible ink. With the help of lemon juice and some heat from the hair dryer, they find out that the hidden cipher refers to the silent still good letters written by Benjamin Franklin. Patrick formerly owned them, but donated them to the Franklin Institute. Using a schoolboy to acquire the letters' keywords, Ben, Riley, and Abigail discover a message pointing to the bell tower of Independence Hall, where the Liberty Bell once stood. Unfortunately, Ian and his men question the schoolboy and pursue the new lead. Following the point on the opposite wall of the bell house where the shadow cast at exactly 2:22 p.m. on the same day, Ben finds a hidden cache containing a pair of glasses with multiple colored lenses invented by Benjamin Franklin, which, when used to read the back of the Declaration, reveals a clue pointing to the symbol of Trinity Church, which is located on Wall Street and Broadway in New York City. The group is chased by Ian's associates. Ben is arrested by the FBI, while Abigail and Riley lose the Declaration to Ian. However, Abigail convinces Ian to help them rescue Ben in exchange for the next clue. Ian agrees, arranging a meeting at the USS Intrepid, where they help Ben evade the FBI. Ian returns the Declaration and asks for the next clue, but when Ben remains coy, Ian reveals he has kidnapped Patrick as a hostage. They go inside Trinity Church where they sit and study the back of the Declaration of Independence using the different lenses, resulting in the discovery of an underground passage known as Parkington Lane, but it appears to lead to a dead end lit by a lone lantern. Patrick claims it is referencing the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, pointing Ian to the Old North Church in Boston. Ian leaves Gates trapped in the chamber to die, heading for Boston. Patrick reveals the clue was a fake, then enters the treasure room using the clues they gathered on their journey, but it seems looted. After a heart-to-heart between Ben and Patrick, they find a notch which the meerschaum pipe fits into, opening a large chamber containing the treasure, then escape through a back exit. Ben contacts Cetus, who Ben figures to be a modern Freemason by the signet on his ring, surrendering the declaration and the treasure's location in exchange for clemency. Ian and his men are later arrested when Ben tips the FBI off. Later, Ben and Abigail have started a relationship. Meanwhile, Riley is somewhat upset that Ben turned down the 10% finder's fee for the treasure but accepted a much smaller amount of only 1%, which still has netted them all significant wealth. As Riley drives away in a Ferrari from Ben and Abigail's newly bought house, Abigail gives Ben a treasure map. When Ben asks her what the map leads to, Abigail simply replies, "You'll figure it out." We saw the whole movie and it was awesome. We saw how they found the treasure. When the movie was done, we cheered wildly. Benji, that's an amazing movie. Me, that's right. And now we know where to go. Shall we follow the map? Everyone, yet. Me, let's find that treasure. We cheered. Lisa, Kevin, before you depart on this expedition, I have something that might help you absorb energy without going insane. Kevin, what is it, Lisa? Lisa, this is a special energy stabilizer headband I created that will stabilize your osmosian powers and allow you to transform into any of your alien forms without losing your sanity. Kevin, oh wow. Thanks, Lisa. Kevin put it on. Me, try it out, Kevin. Kevin, okay. He transformed into Kevin 11,000. He had the following appearance. Pyro Knight, torso, right tentacle structure, head, and left wing structure. Tetra MAND, torso, left arm, legs and arm count. Ectonu right, head. Vulcamancer, lower arms, upper left hand. Galvanic Mechamorph, structure of elbow tentacle. Kinoceleran, tip of the tail on the elbow tentacle. Null Guardian, tentacles. Lepidopteran, wings. Unknown, left wing. Unknown, elbow tentacle. Unknown, tentacle arm. Me, wow. What a fusion. But how do you feel? Kevin 11,000, I feel amazing. But I'm still in control of myself. Kevin reverted back. Kevin, it worked. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa, you're welcome. Me, your new energy stabilizer headband is a success, Lisa. Lisa, indeed. Later we were off to New York City. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We arrived at the Trinity Church in New York City. Me, here we are, guys. The Trinity Church. Lori, this is literally gonna be so cool. Me, I also have a strong feeling that Ian Howe is coming for the treasure too. Nico, if you see Ian and his thugs, point them in the wrong direction. Nico, roger that. We went into the church and we went into the mortuary and we found the coffin that said Parkington Lane and we all went down a huge passage. Nico stood outside the door of the church and just as we knew he was coming, Ian and his thugs arrived. Ian saw him. Ian, is this where we're supposed to find the treasure? Nico, lying. Sorry, dude. You're wasting your time. The treasure isn't located here. Ian, I see. Come in, boys. He and his goons walk away. Nico, okay. That should buy us some time. Luckily we're always one step ahead. We got to a chamber and we found an ancient room and we found a series of dials. One of them had a hole in it that was in the shape of the pipe. Ed, dig a hole. Dig a hole. Dig a hole. Me, Ed. Not now. Benji, could it really be that simple? Me, it looks like it. I pulled out the pipe. Me, the secret lies with Charlotte. I stuck the pipe into it and put the pipe stem into a hole and turned it and pressed a button and a door opened and we went into a room. In that room we found the treasure. Me, we found it. Lola, let me light the way. Lola lit a torch and fire lit the floor and the entire room, and we found the biggest treasure ever known in the history of mankind. It was loading with all kinds of priceless artifacts spanning from all over the centuries. Me? Unbelievable. Lola, what a treasure. Wendy marvel, I bet Fiore never had these artifacts before. Me? No it didn't Wendy. Me? Let's get all this treasure to the estate so we can call the museums around the world. We did so and brought it all up to the surface. But we had one last loose end to tie up. We had to bring Ian Howe and his thugs to prison. Me? Let's get Ian and his cronies. My dark orb detector went off. Me? There's a dark orb here. And without a doubt it's in Ian's possession. We followed it and we arrived at Central Park. We saw Ian and his thugs and faced them. Me? Ian Howe, you and your thugs are under arrest. Ian? So the mighty Team Loud Phoenix Storm has come. Me? That's right, and we've come to take you in. And I got news for you. We found the treasure and we're gonna give it all to the people of the world. Nico? Ian Howe, you have failed this city. Me? And he has failed the world of treasure hunters. Suddenly a huge black cloud appeared out of nowhere and it flew at us, and we saw that they looked like a huge cloud of flies. Lola, are those flies? Me? No, this is something else. One of them landed on my finger and what we saw was Mondo Strange. They were a swarm of heartless that looked like a massive swarm of miniature galaxies with evil red eyes, and the galaxies were no bigger than the size of our big toenails. The swarm will be called the Pain System Swarm. Me? It's a massive swarm of heartless. Lincoln? These are the smallest heartless we've ever encountered. Laney? But they are still heartless nonetheless. Let's get them all. We went at the heartless and Ian and his thugs. We slashed all the heartless and punched the thugs in their faces. It was a massive and brutal fight. Me? Let's finish these little bugs. Combo and final smash time. Flame Man. Roger that JD. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. The Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into his right arm and it enhanced his Flame Blast 1,000-fold. Scavenger. Let's do this. Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his back and it enhanced his weapons 100-fold. Flame Man and Scavenger. Flaming Laser Firestorm. Flame Man fired his enhanced Flame Blast and Scavenger fired a massive barrage of lasers and they destroyed much of the heartless swarm. Wind Charger. Let's tear them apart. Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his arm and it enhanced his grenade launcher and his flamethrower 100-fold. Wendy Marvel. I've always wanted to do this. Animatron Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into Wendy's right arm device and it enhanced her Sky Dragon Slayer magic 100-fold. Wind Charger and Wendy Marvel. Flaming Tornado Firestorm. Wendy fired a massive blast of wind from her mouth and she formed a massive tornado, and the tornado was ignited by Wind Charger's flamethrower and it incinerated the remainder of the heartless swarm. Then we set our sights on Ian and his cronies. We punched and kicked them. Me? Let's see how you like our final smashes, Ian. Wendy Marvel. You give all treasure hunters an extremely bad name, Ian. Sky Dragon Tornado Burst. Wendy Marvel fired a massive blast of wind that turned into a massive tornado. Ben Gates. I've never done something like this. Let's do this. Gold Rush Prison. Ben Gates fired a yellow beam of light and it hit the tornado and turned it into a solid gold cage. Me? Wow. Great job, Ben. Not bad for your first ever final smash. Ben Gates. Thanks, JD. That was amazing. Me? It sure was. Ben Gates. To the viewers. Never mess with the awesome power of Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Me? No way. Ian Howe was in the gold cage. I walked up to him. Ian. So you all found the treasure? Me? We did. And you aren't gonna get it. It's gonna be donated to the Smithsonian, the Louvre, the Cairo Museum and all the famous museums of the world. You will never get the treasure. I pulled out a 44 Magnum gun. Me, imitating Dirty Harry, you have to ask yourself one question: do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? I fired my gun at his kneecaps and blew both of his legs off. Bang. Bang. Me, consider this my mark on you. You're going to prison for the rest of your fucking life. The police arrested him and he was officially made permanently crippled. Nico, did you have to shoot him, JD? Me, just wanted to get my point across. Nico, oh. Vince, that was an awesome Dirty Harry reference. Me, thanks partner. Ian Howe was sentenced to 4 life terms in prison without parole in the Uranus prison. We donated the treasure to the museums around the world and revealed our findings. We made a tremendous amount of money from the finder's fees. But most of that money went to Ben Gates and his family. Nicole had finally fulfilled her mission of finding the legendary lost treasure of the Knights Templar. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete. National Treasure was an awesome movie made back in 2004 and I saw it with all my friends in high school. It was one of the coolest movies ever. Nicolas Cage, Sean Bean, Harvey Keitel, Jon Voight, Justin Bartha, and Diane Kruger all did a great job in that movie. It was awesome. NicoChan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man as usual. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.